to begin. My name is Henry Chase. I am the General Secretary of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board. I'm also the Chairman of the Premier League Committee of the Ttcb, and I'm an attorney at law by profession. I want to welcome, first of all, a representative from our sponsors, Best Motors Limited, Mrs. Crystal Maharaj, who is seated on the head table, along with the President of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, as well as the Vice President of Cricket West Indies, Mr. Azim Bassarat. In all things, we must give reverence to the Almighty. So in opening the program, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium the captain of the South Zone on the 15 team, Mr. Luke Ramlal, to say the board's prayer. That is the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board prayer. Mr. Ramlal.
Almighty God, we thank you for assembling us here today in harmony and in brotherhood. We ask, dear God, that as we attempt to carry out our mandate as serving humanity through cricket, you will guide us in our deliberations, inspire us, and be the cornerstone of all that we build. Let us, with serenity, accept in your name the things we cannot change. Let us, with conviction, summon the courage to change the things we can, and let us have the wisdom to make the right choices. Dear God, harmonize our thoughts and our actions. Guide us in all that we say and all that we do. And at the end of the day, may our decisions be pleasing to you, satisfying to ourselves and all those in whose service we labor. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Luke Ramlal. It would be remiss of me not to indicate the presence of Mr. Adrian Ali also, Councillor of the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, as well as he's also a member of Sport TT. Also, I want to welcome all parents who are present, the under 15 players, as well as, most importantly, the media, members of the executive, some members of the executive of the Ttcb. I'm seeing some coaches here of the under 15 also, as well as Mr. Zaid Mohammed, our administrative manager. As part of the program, the chairman will share his opening remarks. It is my honor and privilege as chairman of today's proceedings to welcome you to the official launch of the Ttcb Best Motors Limited on the 15 Youth Series Interzone Tournament 2026. Today marks more than the start of a cricket competition. It marks the continuation of a deliberate and structured investment in youth development, character building, and the future of Trinidad and Tobago's cricket. The under 15 level in the board's view, that is the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, is a critical stage in a young cricketer's journey. It is at this level that the talent is refined, discipline is instilled, and values such as teamwork, respect, resilience, and fair play are shaped. The zonal structure of this tournament ensures that talent from every center or corner of the country has an opportunity to be seen, nurtured, and developed. On behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to our sponsors, Best Motors Limited. And rest assured, Madam Representative of Best Motors Limited, Mrs. Crystal Maraj, we are indeed thankful how you have demonstrated your corporate responsibility in this regard. This support for corporate partnerships such as this play a vital role in sustaining youth sport. Best Motors Limited commitment demonstrates a belief not only in cricket, but in the potential of our young people and the positive impact that structured sports have on their lives. Come next week, the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board will be involved and will be before a parliamentary committee dealing with the whole aspect of how cricket can deal with youths in vulnerable areas, vis-a-vis areas that are prone to crime. We understand that fully well. Areas that have gang-related activity, areas that have truancy, areas where there's school dropouts, etc. But we have observed that cricket at the various levels, especially youth cricket, nurtures, instills discipline, and provides a pathway for total development. To our young players, to you, our young players, the under 15, this tournament is your stage. Play with pride, discipline, and respect for the game. Because as adumbrated in our constitution and the rules and regulation that governs the playing of cricket, you ought to play within the realm of the spirit of the game. That is to say, show respect for the rules, show respect for your captain, show respect for the decisions of the umpire, because the umpire's decision is final. So we urge you to understand and to observe your rules, your regulations. And you must conduct yourself not only on the field of play, but off the field of play. It is just as important as the runs you score or the wickets you take. Your demonstration as it relates to your conduct is most important. Moreover, you have opportunities to represent Trinidad and Tobago, your country, as well in the cricket West Indies on the 15 tournament, because it acts as a gauge. To all the coaches and to you, the parents and officials, thank you for the guidance, sacrifice, and commitment you give daily. Your role in shaping these young athletes cannot be overstated. In closing, in my opening remarks before I bring on the President, let me commend the Ttcb and Best Motors, our sponsor, because without corporate sponsorship, cricket costs. And we as a board, we as an executive depend upon corporate sponsorship. We have seen negativity over the last year, and we are very pleased that Best Motors Limited have overcome such negative comments and have come to bat with us. So we ask you that you continue to prioritize cricket through structured competition at this level, and we look forward to an exciting cricket competition, emerging talent and tournament that upholds the highest standards of sportsmanship. I wish you every success in this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium Mr. Azim Basrat, the President of the Ttcb, as well as the Vice President of Cricket West Indies, to offer his remarks. A round of applause.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Mr. Henry Chase, General Secretary of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, other members of the Executive Committee of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, representative of Best Motors Limited, managers, coaches, players, parents, members of staff, members of the media, Mr. Adrian Ali of Best Motors Marching Patriots. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and young boys. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the National Cricket Centre this morning for our first formal event of the new year. We gather not only to speak about cricket, but to celebrate opportunity, to affirm belief, and to invest in the future of our young people. As we stand at the beginning of 2026, we do so with excitement and purpose. This event also comes just ahead of the official opening of the 2026 Premier League season on Saturday, when clubs across the country begin the battle to be crowned Champion Club of the Year. That competition reflects the strength of our domestic game, the passion of our communities, and the standard that continues to shape Trinidad and Tobago cricket. But today, our focus is on what comes next. Today, Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board is proud to announce that our first interzone tournament on the calendar, featuring the nation's leading under-15 cricketers, will be sponsored by Best Motors Limited. This is more than a sponsorship. This is a statement. It is a powerful and welcome partnership that places Best Motors in an historic role, helping to cultivate the next generation of national youth cricketers. Young players who will one day wear the Red Force badge with pride, and for some, the coveted maroon cap of the West Indies. We must emphasize how meaningful this intervention is. In a time when sporting organizations everywhere face increasing financial pressure, the decision by Best Motors Limited to step forward is a tremendous contribution to national youth development through cricket. It is corporate responsibility in action at a time when it matters most. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board has a duty that goes beyond organizing matches. Our initiatives encompass the selection and preparation of national senior and age group teams, including the under-15s. We create pathways, we provide structure, we build environments where talent can be seen, nurtured, and strengthened. But none of that is possible without partners who believe in the vision and are willing to invest in it. So today, we commend Best Motors Limited for their willingness and enthusiasm to support of our young athletes and to make a striking demonstration of commitment to sport and community in the present economic climate. We also take this opportunity to recognize the groundwork laid by Mr. Adrian Ali of the Marching Patriots Sports Club and Councillor of the Shoguanas Borough Corporation, whose effort helped facilitate this momentous partnership. We thank him for his contribution and his belief in youth development. Ladies and gentlemen, the Best Motors Under-15 Interzone Tournament is not just another tournament. It is one of the most important stepping stones on our development pathway. This competition identifies cricketers who will represent Trinidad and Tobago at the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Under-15 tournament, scheduled to be played in Antigua in the next 2 months. And history has taught us what can emerge from this stage. This tournament has traditionally provided a platform for youngsters who have progressed to play for the senior Red Force team and to represent West Indies. Among those who once stood exactly where these young cricketers stand today are former national captain Dinesh Ramdin, Lendell Simmons, Gibran Mohammed, Amir Jangu, and international T20 superstar Nicholas Puran, one of the most electrifying players in the modern game admired worldwide for his fearless power and flair. There are many others, including the evergreen Jason Mohammed, current Red Force coach Riyad Emirates, and former national captain and spinner Imran Khan. These names are not mentioned for applause. They are mentioned as proof. Proof that talent from our communities can rise. Proof that the pathways works. Proof that greatness can start on an interzone field with a young player who simply loves the game, listens to coaching, commits to training, and chooses discipline every day. That is why this tournament matters. Because for our under-15s, this is not just about runs and wickets. This is about identity. This is about confidence. This is about learning to walk onto a field and believe you belong there. No matter where you come from, what school you attend, or what circumstances you face at home. The Best Motos Under 15 Interzone Tournament opens a powerful window of opportunity for talented youth to bring pride and joy to their communities who occupy a front row seat to their development. It inspires younger children who are watching and dreaming. It brings people together. It reminds us that cricket remains one of the greatest vehicles for community upliftment and national unity, and the impact goes beyond sport. The cricket experience in this interzone tournament will help youngsters from all 7 TTCB zonal councils and Tobago to build character, promote personal growth, learn valuable life lessons, instill discipline, and strengthen communication skills. Over the next few weeks, in a highly competitive environment, they will be asked, often in real time, to demonstrate sportsmanship, teamwork, time management, and decision-making under pressure. Those qualities will serve them long after the tournament ends, whether they become professional cricketers, teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, or leaders in their communities. Because cricket at its best is a classroom, a field is a training ground for life. To ensure that the 2026 Best Motos Under 15 Interzone Tournament is one of the best ever staged, the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board has also initiated off-field development, training coaches, appointing umpires, and strengthening the standards around the tournament. We believe that when we raise the environment around our young players, we raise the performance within them. And finally, we recognize that this tournament forms part of a much wider journey, one that many across the region are longing for, the journey to strength.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for such a thought-provoking as well as impressive opening remark and speech. What's very important is that no matter where you come from, the Best Motos Under 15 opens a powerful window and opportunities for you, the players. Moreover, was very important in that opening remark by the President is that the welcome of Best Motos Limited as a partner with TTCB in these financial or in the economic climate. Because one must understand the TTCB is a non-profit organization. We depend upon funding. We depend upon corporate responsibility as demonstrated by Best Motos Limited. And rest assured, in our tournament and as part of our old plans, we operate with fairness, with equity, and that is demonstrated across the board. Because we have a document, you see this big book I have here? As part of the document that the TTCB executive had at a retreat and was discussed and adopted, was policies to guide player selection for national cricket teams. So that I want to let the public know and parents to know, we do not operate by VAPs as it relates to selection of national teams. There are guidelines that help national selectors, coaches also. So rest assured on that. and we select with equity, fairness, skills, etc. To move further on, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium a representative from Best Motors Limited, Mistress Crystal Maraj. A round of applause for her, please.
Thank you for the warm welcome. First, let me apologize on behalf of our Managing Director, Mr. Ian Maharaj, who is supposed to be here today, but he's a bit under the weather. This is his passion, so I know that he truly wanted to be here, but I will have to suffice. So good day, everyone. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, members of the board and management, other distinguished guests, officials, coaches, parents, supporters, members of the media, and most importantly, our young athletes. On behalf of the entire team at Best Motors Limited, it is truly an honor to stand before you today as a proud sponsor of the Trinidad and Tobago Under-15 Zonal Tournament. Now, cricket has always played an important role in our society. It shapes character, builds discipline, and brings communities together. And youth cricket, in particular, represents the future of the sport in this country. At Best Motors, we believe strongly in investing in youth development. The under-15 level is a crucial stage, as other members pointed out, in a young cricketer's journey. It is where skills are refined, confidence is developed, and young players begin to understand the responsibility that comes from representing their zone and their community. Supporting this tournament is about strengthening that foundation and ensuring that young talent is given the opportunity to grow in a structured and competitive environment. Now, this tournament represents more than competition. It represents the nurturing of future leaders, both on and off the field. Firstly, I want to commend the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board for its continued commitment to youth cricket and for maintaining the importance of zonal competitions within the development pathway. These tournaments remain vital for identifying talent, promoting fairness, and ensuring that young players across the country have access to meaningful competition. To the young cricketers participating in this tournament, I encourage you to make the most of this opportunity. Enjoy the game, respect your teammates, your opponents, and the officials, and give it your best. The skills you are developing here, commitment, respect, perseverance, and sportsmanship, will stay with you long after the final ball is bowled. To the coaches and officials, thank you for your dedication and guidance. Your commitment, patience, and encouragement are essential in helping them develop not only as cricketers, but as young men of character and integrity. To the parents and guardians, your support is invaluable. Behind every young athlete is a family that believes in them, sacrifices for them, and encourages them. And that support makes all the difference. At Best Motors Limited, supporting youth development and community initiatives is not just part of our brand. It is part of our responsibility. We feel that it is part of our responsibility. We are proud to invest in programs and tournaments that empower young people and strengthen the fabric of our society. We believe that when young people are given the right support and opportunities, everyone benefits: the sport, the community, and the nation as a whole. In closing, I wish all the teams a successful, competitive, and enjoyable tournament. We look forward to seeing the talent, sportsmanship, and passion on display on the field, and we are proud to support an initiative that continues to strengthen the future of Trinidad and Tobago cricket. To every player here, play hard, play fair, support each other, and most of all, enjoy the game. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Crystal Mirage. And what was important, Best Motors as a corporate sponsor. As was said in Mrs. Mirage's speech, cricket shapes character, brings communities together, and it nurtures young leaders on and off the field. And the whole idea of commitment, respect, perseverance. And to you, the parent, the parental support is important. Because at the under 15, on the 17, and even at the under 19 level, when you go on certain tours overseas, you'll see the parental support, the throng of parents who attend these matches overseas with the flags and the colors supporting their children, etc. So that is a demonstration of parental support, because the youths will depend on your support, parents. And we commend Best Motors once again for seeing the importance of this partnership and their sponsorship. To you, Mrs. Crystal Mirage, on behalf of the TTCB, I wish to express to you that Mr. Eon Mirage, who's under the weather, will get well soon. So you can express that to him on our behalf, my lady. We come now to the important thing, the finances, which is the presentation of the check. So to present the check to the TTCB on behalf of Best Motors is Miss Crystal Mirage, and the president will accept that presentation. Thereafter the presentation, the president will present a token of appreciation from the TTCB to Mrs. Mirage. The check. Now, a token of appreciation will be presented by the president to Mistress Crystal Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mrs. Maharaj, and thank you very much, Mr. President. We come into the conclusion of this aspect of the program, but we'll invite members of the press, because you have heard about the aims, the objective, the tournament, etc., maybe to ask a few questions very briefly. So it's open to members of the press who may have any questions to ask. The floor is open to the press. there seem to be no questions from the press, and that's an indication of the wonderful job that we have done so far with the aims and the objectives. So thank you very much, members of the press, because the press is very important. The press is very important, and sometimes in a democracy, a free press is important for the democratic process. But at the same time, a free press must be careful as to what they write under the laws of libel, etc., and slander. And rest assured, we at the Cricket Board, with the new executive, we have plans and programs in terms of our strategy for the next 5 to 6 years through the retreat and so forth. We have stringent controls with the presentation of the checks, and we give controls to how money is spent and accountability. So those are very important hallmarks in that regard. So with these words, I want to thank you very much. Thank members of the press. Thank the players, the parents. Thank most of all, Mrs. Crystal Mirage from Best Motors, Mr. Adrian Ali, President Azim Bassarat, and all the organizers of this event. Thank you very much, and God bless. Thank you. Lunch is also served. Okay? Thank you.